Hi guys, it's Lynn here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Like this beautiful sunny day here. Look at that, a rarity in Ireland, guys.
This is not common here. Oh my golly. Ain't life sweet.
And by the way guys, I've got my wonderful fiance Hansi behind the camera filming me today, so do go over and subscribe to his amazing YouTube channel, Family of Cactusy and Other Beauties.
Thank you, sugar.
Up above. And today I'm going to be potting up a Hylocereus, commonly known as the Dragon Fruit Cactus, cutting. Now this was actually a bit of an accidental cutting. They're very easy to take from cuttings, very easy to propagate. You do just take a cut at the finest point down to the base of where the new stem segments emerge there. Always just below one of these little nodes there, or the areoles as they're commonly known on cacti. But this, I say, was an accidental cutting because when I was moving a lot of plants out from the house to put back into the garden again for the spring and summer, it slipped out of my hand and fell onto the floor, and this just flew off. But it was a very clean break, as you can see. I did cut it a little bit neater, so it's just under one of the little areoles there. The areoles is where roots come from, and also where new buds and shoots come from. And roots often come around from the cylindrical part in the middle as well, and that's why if you just take a cut in any old hoe like that, and you just pot it up, it can sometimes rot or not root, so bear that in mind. But this isn't necessarily how to take a cutting video, this is how to pot up a Hylocereus. When I trim my Hylocereus in the future, I'll make a video then on how to take cuttings. Now the Hylocereus cactus, as I say, is commonly known as the dragon fruit, and it is more tropical than the normal type of cacti. Now you think, well, cacti are tropical, they grow in hot countries, but there's a difference between arid and tropical. Arid is very dry, like the deserts, and tropical is more sort of rainforesty, and these type of plants do have like a bit more moisture. They're a bit of a cross. They're not as epiphytic as epiphyllums. But they are still more epiphytic than the desert. So what I've done here is I've made a bit of a cactus and succulent mix-up, and normally I would use a loam-based soil with extra horticultural sand and perlite or grit. But with the Hylocereus, because they do like a bit more moisture, a bit like the Slumbergera, and all of these are epiphytic cacti here, these do prefer a bit more humus in the soil, I should say, and because of that, they like to stay a bit more moist. I add a little bit more peat into the soil for Hylocereus. And as I say here, I've got John Innes loam-based soil mixed with a bit of peat-based soil, about 30% peat, 30% John Innes, sand and a bit of perlite, all mixed together, so it's well draining, but retains a little bit more moisture than the desert cacti. But basically, when it comes to soils, you just want to make sure you use a well draining soil mix. That's the most important for these plants. And there you go. Now when you take the cutting, it's absolutely paramount that you allow the cut part of where you've cut it to callus over for at least a week. Now it all depends on the diameter of the cut. This is the cut at the narrowest part. That's a very small cut, so I've just let this go about 4 days, and it's completely hardened up there, ready to pot up. But if I was to take a cut in across that way, and it's a much broader, much wider diameter, you may have to leave it up to 2 weeks until it forms a big white scab before potting it up. And that's important, because if I was to just take a cutting, cut it, put it into soil, it could rot, and that's why it's important to let it callus over. That's with all cacti cuttings. Now a bit of soil in there. Now what I want to do is pot it up to there. I don't want to go that far up, because again that part in the soil could again rot if it's kept damp, but I just want to go that far up so there's enough areoles there, nodes, for roots to come out and for it to have stability. And yep, probably put a bit more soil in there actually. I want to make sure that that's it. And then I'm going to put that in there, and as I say, I'm going to be putting it up to there. So that there. Haha, it's wonderful. Hansi's holding that for me. That's great help. It's brilliant when you've got somebody to film you, because sometimes when I'm filming on my own, it's so difficult. Even when you have the camera stand up, you really do. It's wonderful because Hansi can get manoeuvring in and out the parts I want to show. Ha ha ha. and then gently tuck it in, and that's really all it is to it. Now, what I'm going to be doing with this cutting, I don't need to go ahead and just water it because it's got no roots. So if I water this soil, all this cutting is going to do is stay wet and stagnant in damp soil, and it's just going to, possibly could rot. What I'm going to do now is spray it with a plant spray. So this actual part of the Hylocereus gets humidity and moisture. As I say, they are more tropical cacti than the desert types, and that will keep it humidified, and also enough to just damp the top surface of the soil here. So the top surface stays damp, and this is, I'm going to spray this every single day, so the top surface is just lightly damp and the whole of the plant body stays moist, and then it eventually will send out roots. You will know then, once the plant has taken and it's rooted, you can go ahead and water it as normal. Treat it as you would a normal Hylocereus at this time of year. It's spring and summer here, so I would normally be keeping this pretty watered very frequently once it has taken root. And you'll know when it's taken root because you'll see new signs of growth there. Don't make the mistake of thinking, oh, I want to take it out of the pot as it rooted and then putting it in. That's going to disturb it. Wait till you see new growth coming at the top, and then go ahead and treat it as a normal plant then. But as I say, I'm just going to spray this and keep the top soil moist, and just keep it lightly humidified. There's no need to put a plastic bag over or anything like that. That can encourage with cacti dampness, so I wouldn't do that. And then label it. And there you go, guys. I hope you found that useful. And I'll do a future update when it has taken root. So guys, thanks so much for watching. And if you want to know a bit more about how to grow cacti and succulents, do check out my website, desertplantsofAvalon.com. Go to the growing tips, hover your mouse over there, there's a drop down bar, and it comes with different sections on how to care for them. I'm going to be adding a lot more information on there over the coming weeks, and I'm also writing an ebook at the moment as well, so that's all happening. Very busy, guys, so stay tuned for a lot of future projects. And as I say, thank you, Hansi, for filming me, and do go over and subscribe to his amazing channel. He's the best, guys. I'm very, very blessed. So guys, I want to send you loads of love, heaps of happiness, and tons of plant power. As always, from across the Emerald Isle. And until the next video, bye.